The iPhone 8 is probably the most exciting iPhone release this year, and not only is it the slimmest at 5.64mm thick, it's also powered by the latest A19 processor chip. As mentioned, it's just 5.64mm thick and weighs just 165 grams, so 12 grams less than the iPhone 17. Its titanium frame there as well features a 6.5 inch in terms of the size, and it's IP68 water and dust resistance. Think about it this way, it's basically replacing the Plus model. And this thickness is a gift and a curse in a way, because sometimes it feels good, it looks really nice, it's basically like a blob of glass just placed on the surface, but also at the same time it's something that kind of hinders it in sense of the way that you hold it in hand. Sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's too thin and just lightweight to hold in hand, so you're gonna have to have a case for this one. The slim profile also means some compromises. So we're talking the battery size and also a single lens on the back. And with everything that's been pushed all the way to the top, we just have that big battery placed on the back here. Because it's so slim, you also get mono speakers, which isn't too bad. But if you're used to stereo speakers, you will notice the difference very quickly. The other thing is this is only available with eSIM. So if you live in the parts of the world where eSIM is going to be an issue, that's something you also have to consider. As for the display, we get ProMotion display. So we get adaptive at up to 120 Hz, 3000 nits of peak brightness as well outdoors. And it's covered in ceramic shield too, which is better for scratch resistance. The display is bright, smooth, great for gaming, browsing, etc. It's also great when it comes to that always-on display as well. And when we talk about the scratch resistance and how strong this is super strong. I've even tried bending it myself. And also, if you haven't seen already, I'll play some videos on the screen, which shows some of the tests that this went through in terms of the bend test, drop test, and also scratch resistance test. When it comes to the performance, we have that new A19 Pro processor, which is really good, although it lacks the extra GPU core that we find in the 17 Pro Max and the 17 Pro. But that's not to say it's not going to perform really well. It still does really well. We have that new C1X for cellular in there as well, and a new N1 chip in there also. Where it suffers is the battery life. You can achieve an all-day battery life if you do minimal things, but when you start taking out and doing multimedia, that's when you start to notice the battery drain. And with that said, you're going to need that new MagSafe battery just for the iPhone Air, which is going to cost you around $99 or £99. So this phone seems to be that device that just keeps on giving when it comes to how much you need to spend. So not only are you paying for the actual device itself, you then need to start paying for a case and also a battery pack just to get that extra battery life. If you're somebody who's going to be using this a lot when it comes to concerts and stuff like that, you're going to definitely need to get one of these. Otherwise, if you're just an average user, he's going to use just a minimal things like just checking text messages or, average browsing here and there and so on, then you might be okay with that all-day battery life. Charge speed is at 20 watts for wireless, and the USB-C is not as fast as the Pro models. And of course, you have all the Apple Intelligence stuff with iOS 26. We're not going to get into details on all of that kind of stuff, but all that has been covered already on this channel, so do check that out. Okay, so the camera. This one can quickly help you decide whether you're going to get this or the 17 Pro or the 17 Pro Max, because we only get one single camera lens here. So you're not going to get ultra-wide or telephoto. You do get 2 times optical zoom here, which has its own pipeline to make sure you get a really good camera quality and not just some sort of like digitized cropped in zoom. The camera is 26mm equivalent and you can shoot 48 megapixel photos. Like I said, no ultra wide angle available here, which is a bit of a shame. And having played with the 8x zoom on the Pro models, I kind of miss it on this one. I wish this had some sort of zoom as well beyond that 2x. In the camera interface, you can also tap to do 28mm and 35 and go back down to 26. But this is something you have to activate in the camera settings, as well as things like 48 megapixel settings and so on. The front facing camera also gets an update as well. So we have a new center stage camera, which is absolutely fantastic. It's basically open gates on the front facing camera. So the new front facing camera on this is actually a square lens. And what that means for you is basically you don't have to rotate the phone to take landscape photography. So you can still hold your phone in portrait mode and still be able to capture everyone. It can automatically adjust, so if it's just you in it, it will just do normal portrait, and it has more people in it, it can automatically adjust to have more people in it, which is pretty cool. You can also hear the audio recording from the phone right now. It's not recording from an AirPods Pro 3. I've disconnected it, so we can hear the audio straight from the mic on the phone, which is really good. Another bonus or positive from this is the fact that this is nice and stable as well. So I'm currently cycling on a line bike, and on the line bike on the bumpy London road is very hard. It's quite windy as well, so you'll be able to hear the wind sort of capture right now. And then the other thing is, if you're taking photos on this and you rotate it to landscape mode to try and get more people in, what usually happens is everyone looks at the lens and it looks all weird. But now, being able to hold it like this and capture landscape means everyone's going to be looking at the lens whilst capturing photos. Really good. Works in video as well, and you can capture up to 4K 30. Ooh, bumpy roads, and it's still nice and stable. Really good stuff. It's basically open gates for the front-facing camera on the new iPhone 17 series and the iPhone Air. Generally, the photos taken on here looks very sharp. They look really good. Even the 2x looks good as well. Sometimes, depending on the lighting, can look a bit softer, be on the softer side, but 2x generally looks good as well, like this photo of St. Paul's there zoomed in. Front-facing camera is good as well when it comes to the selfie, even in portrait mode as well. Portrait mode looks good with either the front-facing camera or even on the main camera as well. I'm actually particularly impressed with the main camera for the selfie because the color of the skin tone looks really good, and just the general look and feel of it, the level of blurred background in there as in the bokeh looks really good. But before we get to the conclusion though, here's some more photos that I've taken with the iPhone Air. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. So for conclusion, so far so good. Battery life is good if you use it in normal mode, basically if you use normal things. But when it comes to switching between Wi-Fi and 5G and using multimedia things, that's where you're going to notice the difference. So having said that, you're definitely going to need a battery pack with this on. I'd definitely invest in that new MagSafe Battery power bank. I definitely miss having an ultra-wide lens and telephoto beyond 2x as well. That's something I would have loved to have in this. But obviously this is the first gen, so maybe the next generation would have something like that. Having said that though, I really love it. It still feels really good to pick up every day, and it just feels so sleek. And this is probably one of my favorite things about this phone. It's just so nice, lightweight. You can accessorize and do all kind of stuff as well. So it looks really good. So overall though, I'm still going to daily this along with the 17 Pro or the 17 Pro Max. So if it's something that you're thinking about, I hope this video has helped you out, and enjoy. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below as well. I'll see you in the next one.